Hey guys, so in the previous video we made a button component, as you can see here. Click, 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 click. Now we're gonna make a input component. So React Native does have input components. However, it is very bare bones. So here, text input. Here they've provided a style, all that kind of good stuff. Now we want to make it very similar to our one here. So let's go ahead and make that. So let's close our, or get rid of our button one, and let's create another component, and we'll just call it input. Click add, and great. So now what we can do is go ahead and get our imports in. So import React from React, import our view components that we need. So view, text, text input, and style sheet. Don't import that from the web, import that from just React Native. And let's create our functional component. So const input equals just like that. Now within our app, we're going to go ahead and just before we do that, let's just export it real quick. Export default input, and let's go ahead and return a view with some text. Call this our title and our text input, just like that. And inside of text input we can give it a very basic placeholder, enter something, dot dot dot, and yep, I think that's it. You can save that, and let's go ahead and import it in our app.js file. So import input from dot slash component slash input, and let's declare it here, just like that. So if we go ahead and run this, here we've got title and an input where we can enter some stuff, which is very interesting. As you can see, it's just infinitely looping to the right. Perfect. So now we want to turn this lovely monstrosity into one of this. We'll do that by going back into the input class, and of course we need styles. So let's go ahead and create a style sheet. Const styles equals style sheet dot create, and let's define our input style. So here we're going to give it a background color of FFF, so pure white, and then a height of 40, width of 280. We're going to give it some padding, so padding on the vertical, meaning up and down. So on the y-axis we're going to give it a padding of 8. So padding vertical is the same as saying padding top 8 and padding bottom 8. And then we're also going to give it some padding on the horizontal, which is 15, and give it some border radius of 10. And now we're going to bring our shadows in again. So instead of typing the shadows out again, we can just copy that from our button, which is here, shadow color, paste that there, and let's go ahead and bring in the title. Yep, that's pretty much it. So let's save that, see what that looks like here. Of course it won't change because we need to actually add the style. So let's go ahead and put our style here, which is style equals styles dot input. Now we'll save it. Hey, we've got something looking very similar to what we designed. There we go, and there's something looks pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and design it a bit more. So let's get our style for our title. Inside of here we'll put our font size of about 18, I believe is what we had it here roughly. Yep, 18. And give it a margin bottom of about 5, so it's not too close to our text input. And let's go ahead, I believe the color too we had was hashtag 707070, and let's add that to our text. Style equals styles.title. So once we save that, there we go, a very nice title. Now let's add a few parameters so we can get this working. So inside of here we want to make the title dynamic, so bring that in. Value, so value is for our text input to what we enter in the text input will get stored in value. So on change text is what happens when text is changed. Placeholder, style, secure text entry, and there is one more, which is error. So as you saw in the first video, I showed some error handling, and by the input with some error messages, this error variable will determine that. Now inside of our view, let's go ahead and say style equals style, and then inside of our text input, let's go ahead and bring in a few things such as placeholder equals placeholder. We'll also do value equals value. On change text equals on change text. Secure text entry equals secure text entry. And now once we've done all of that, let's get our default values in. So we type input.default props equals title, placeholder, and secure text entry false. So what secure text entry is basically, if it's a password field, you do secure text entry true. If it's not, false. Simple as. And we'll demo that here. So let me save this and bring that up. So that's that there. As you can see, we're entering normal text. Let's delete all of that. Once we put this to true, and we enter text, and now it'll bring up our brilliant password style text. So secure. Put that default by default, and then we brought that in as a parameter so we can change it dynamically for like password fields, etc. So let's go ahead and bring our title in here. And now if we want to bring in this error, so the way we bring in this error is down here we're going to put curly brackets, and we're going to say error ampersand, double ampersand, text. Just backtrack that, and inside of the text we're going to go ahead and put our error here. So this error will be an error message, so string, and that error message will say what the error is. Now we want to create some styles for that error, so go ahead and do we call it error, which is fine, and in here we'll put margin top 5, just like the title did margin bottom, error will do margin top, because the error message will be at the bottom of text input. And then we'll put a color of hashtag AC0005, free. That's our error message, or error color rather. And then we'll do style equals styles dot error. And once we've done that, we can have a look at that. So let's go down here and let's pass error as a default prop. Test error. We'll just save that. You can see it came up here, but we also want our placeholder to be red and our title to be red too. So the way we can do that is we'll keep that there. And here in our style, well, before we do that, let's create a const color style equals error question mark styles dot error else styles dot regular. Now, what is styles dot error, styles dot regular? So of course styles dot error, we already defined that. We've said the color, we defined the color, and now for our regular is going to be color hashtag 707070 and shadow color hashtag 000. Right, and then what we'll do is for the text is we'll put our spread operator here and then comma spread operator color style. One thing is inside of our error color we want to also do shadow color hashtag AC0003. Let's bring that back up. Right, we've got an error here because it's expecting, of course, this needs to be in an object, curly brackets. Here we go. And one more place we want to put that is here, so let's go ahead and copy that. Dot color style, and let's go ahead and have a look at that, see what that looks like. So there we go. Our text message is like that. Now one thing is our placeholder color hasn't changed. We need to define that here. So placeholder let's see, text color equals, we'll say error hashtag AC0003, else we put as undefined. Save that, and if you have a look at that now, the placeholder is also red, and so is that. Sweet. So let's go back down and remove that from here, and that is actually our entire component. So that's our text input component. We can call that here, and we can define all of that here as well. So placeholder equals enter something, title equals email. Save that. You see email, enter something. So in the next video we'll make our list item. Thanks guys. See you guys there.